that's less than 24 hours too long. Would anybody like to give us a recap? Maybe, please. Okay, thanks.
If you're feeling up to it, and no pressure.
If you're feeling up to it, no pressure. Sick.
We're all alive. The end. Thank you. We did do a lot last night.
Stuff happened. Yeah.
Yeah. We went up one layer. We found we used the teleporter. We used the teleporter is what I meant by that. We thought that maybe going up one layer at a time would be the good idea. That's right. No, we found out later on that is not the right thing to do.
That's fine.
No, it wasn't.
Fucking die.
Yeah, Esteban saw God for a moment. I was a little worried about that. We let Raylan know, hey, look, it works. Works with parentheses. And then realized eventually should have probably left the sending stone with everyone, went back down, took more people up so that we can get a bag of holding from Voss, then realized at the end, that's when we realized that it is a random luck of the draw there on the what layer damage you take. You guys had a conversation with Voss that I was unfortunately not present for. Because I had to take the stinky dogs out. Sorry. So I did come back to a discussion of like a grenade being made by Rattletap. That is concerning, but
yes, a very, very angry grenade.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about angry grenade, but hey, at this point, went back down. We had more people come down. It was a great time. We have a whole party of people down here with us now. Penny can play the game of I can't find these people. Where are they?
Yeah.
He had, I'm sure, a lot of fun going to a bunch of different places, meeting new people, seeing new things. I'm sure it was a great time. From there, it became a big mosh of different things that were happening down there. Penny, you were sacrificing your well-being for mass production of scrolls.
Yeah.
Evangeline went out and was able to grab 3 good-looking radiant crystals. 2 that are going to be used for, if necessary, revivify, and 1 to make a big boy golem.
Demo was so quiet, he followed you around the entire time.
I did not even realize that Demo was there until I was in the closet, and I'm like, why is this thing with me?
You guys held a conversation and he was there in the corner, didn't even notice he was there.
Yeah.
Also fun having a weird golem stare daggers and holes through you, isn't it?
I
do
didn't
find
make
it very entertaining how Maraska, somebody who's been fighting off shadows for hundreds of years, is still unsettled by an unfeeling, unblinking construct.
I mean, it's history repeating itself. We had the Grabby Rogue Warforged that only wanted Digit. Just the one. And now we have another construct that just empty stares at anything and anyone he is around.
I miss GrabbyBot.
I miss GrabbyBot too, honestly.
I don't miss GrabbyBot.
was great.
What are you guys on about? GrabbyBot was terrible.
He just wanted to be your friend.
He just wanted to give you a hug forever.
Not the forever hugs.
Forever hugs.
Yeah. Evangeline, also, you went on a nice little adventure with the Bone Crew.
Yeah, that was the crystal collecting.
Mm.
Oh, I went 2 days in a row. Sorry, I went crystal harvesting. I was playing Minecraft, guys.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, we went to the Nether.
Yeah.
A couple
You
sessions
didn't
ago.
go to the Nether. Me and Cobb went to the Nether, and the
I feel like
Bone
this
Crew.
place is more like the end than it is anything else.
Yeah, interacted with the Bone Crew a little bit, trying to humanize these
God.
bones. May semi-convert to Bahamut. Who knows? We'll see. Like, I totally get end goal, like being chill with Null and everything like that. But hey, there's another god that doesn't suck.
So Varaxis isn't allowed to start a cult, but
Evangeline has been preaching since you met her. I don't know why this is news.
Varaxis started a
The
cult.
beautiful thing is that Varaxis is converting other kobolds, not because he's trying, but because he's just like, hey, by the way, there's like this cool guy named Null. He's like the god of like dragon death, and they're like, fuck yeah! Was all that was needed to be said.
But yeah, made friends along the way. And then yeah, we're on this big old boat traveling for 2 days to
You're
maybe
on
get
a boat.
our butts whipped.
Damn. You guys hear all
But-
that confidence?
I said maybe get our butts whipped. Hold on, there was a maybe in there.
Look at all that confidence.
It's good confidence. Thanks for
I
asking.
believe in you guys. You have a couple friends helping you. Just a couple.
Just a
Not very
couple
many.
few, not a lot.
Definitely not so many that it makes it difficult to navigate on the boat without bumping into someone.
It's like a cruise.
It is. Yeah, exactly. Y'all are on a cruise ship right now. Cruise jammer. But yeah, we got skeletons playing hot potato. You got army, a small detachment of waterborne. Raylan's here, despite a certain party member's protests. Rattletap, Wary, Blade, Hammer, lots of NPCs down here with you guys. All
Lots of
ready
friends.
to fight the good fight. Yeah, y'all are in transit right now, and unlike Minitown, there ain't very many objectives to complete here. It's mostly just maneuvering, chilling. Unlike the
We're-
boiling sea, there aren't giant storms rocking you every 5 seconds.
If we are free to move about the cabin, I'm gonna go up to Esteban real quick.
You are free to move about the cabin. Everybody is free to move about the cabin.
Okay. Esteban? From your end, you just notice Penny give you a tap and you have a little glowing rune on you.
Oh god.
Oh,
I play this spell and face down.
Oh,
For God's purposes, that was contingency with a 5th level
Yeah.
smite on it.
Copy. What's the trigger?
Where's... and the contingency is sorry, my brain is not working. The contingency is if Esteban hits a crit, smite is cast on the crit.
oh,
Sounds good.
That will last you 24 hours, I do believe, for contingency.
Hell yeah.
No, that lasts you 10 days. Have fun with
oh.
Hey, remember that just in case. Because if you don't crit, you're gonna have that on you for a very long time.
that. That is... Contingency was a 6th level, then a 5th level. So 11 levels off of this. Does contingency need... God, I need to make an Arcana check.
You're gonna make an Arcana check.
Yep, I have to because I don't have the gold.
Gotcha. Gotta get a 10 or higher. You know the drill.
Yep. Tell me what I got.
Tragic. Absolutely fucking tragic.
Was it like a
You got a
9 or something
26.
stupid?
It was a 9.
God damn it. Okay, let me take my 40.
Are you not able to see your chat log right now?
I have multiple things open covering my screen.
Yeah, no, you got a 9.
So. Oop. Okay.
Yep. So, Penny, is this what with you casting contingency on him?
Yeah, so immediately in front of Esteban.
Oh, fuck.
he looks hurt.
Just looks like he's lost so much blood when he casts that on you, Esteban.
Wow.
Unlike writing on the scrolls, I would think there's no like obvious evidence of blood loss. Like no
the
actual
rune
blood.
is red instead of any
Yeah.
other color.
So you got a nice red rune on you there, Esteban. Definitely not blood at all.
Dang.
Pay no mind to the pale fairy.
You good,
Pay no
buddy?
mind to the pale fairy. That's so ominous.
But also at the same time, he's also just naturally pale, so.
Yeah. It's ghost white.
You've also probably, weirdly enough, never seen Penny's eyes. He almost always has those goggles on.
Yeah, what do you look like under there, buddy?
I don't know. I'll decide what kind of Eldritch Abomination eyeballs Penny has
Oh,
at a later
God.
date.
I mean, that's not necessary.
Oh, whoops.
Hi there.
I
Hi.
didn't need to center everybody on this kobold.
Kobold!
Look at him!
Penny, are you
Yep.
feeling okay?
Is that
Ah.
kobold okay? He's making just questionable decisions.
He's just sitting on the edge of the of like
yell out
the
to him.
exit, just feet dangling.
upon Esteban asking that, I'm just gonna yell out to him, "Hey, you okay?"
Oh, to Penny.
No,
To the
the
kobold.
kobold.
Oh, he just looks over at you, Varaxis, and goes, "Yeah, I'm fine."
All right, Esteban was just curious, and I was just checking.
It just
Thanks, buddy.
I wonder if I could swim in it.
No,
Sweet, that's
no,
what
no,
I
no,
was
no, no, no,
worried
no, no.
about, Actually, you know what?
You don't have the skin to swim anymore.
The bones float.
No, no,
Not
no.
in this. It's very dense. It's weird.
Oh,
Penny is
I
going
will
to
content
purposely,
myself to just watching then.
Penny's going to purposely not mention that denser fluid means things float easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, careful of that. He might just take it as you. Oh, Uncle's sick. Just fucking
But
dives
to
in.
Evangeline, Penny's going to be like, it just a little bit of pain. You know when you have those things that you use, your components, the crystals you need? I can bypass that, but it has a decent chance of taking its toll in other ways.
Yeah, I see that.
So
Yeah, looking at like his cipher, if you actually look closely there, Penny and Evangeline, if you look at it, there is a small needle.
Oh,
so yeah, equivalent exchange, so to speak.
okay. Well, maybe try not to do that very often.
The most deadpan stare as you ask a caster not
Okay.
to cast very often.
Well, no, it's not to cast. It's try to not utilize spells that require such high components in which then you have to give away a part of your well-being, is what I mean.
Oh, sweet summer child. Poor Penny's spell list is mostly painful spells.
Understood. She doesn't know
Penny
this.
Yeah, she
Penny
doesn't
is
know that.
silent and gives just like a half smile and doesn't say anything.
Yeah, sure.
And look, I do want to apologize about earlier. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. And
No, there's nothing to apologize on your end. I just get overzealous when it comes to magic and any, shall we say, restrictions on it.
That is understanding in a way that I don't understand, but I can't. I can understand it if needed. I just don't personally understand it. But there is a spell that if you're okay and are able to, I think it would be a good thing for you to have just in case.
Oh, I'm open to
Um,
suggestions, always.
well, it would be Revivify. God forbid something happens to me and Vraxis, can you cast it?
Oh,
I cast what?
Revivify?
you know, I suppose life for
Ah,
life might end up being poetic enough, too.
I mean,
Um,
what levels Revivify?
I think it's just 3rd level above board.
you might have to
I
spend
mean,
some
I
time
do have it
explaining.
prepared, but I mean, that'll be a waste of a 3rd level spell slot. But yeah, I do have it.
Okay, well, the point
Yeah. Penny
the
doesn't
point
actually
being,
technically, mechanically need you to cast a spell. It's just part of what the flavor of learning. So,
But yes, I
well,
can.
yeah, she wouldn't. That would be
I
a
can
waste of
cast
the
it.
2 crystals.
Uh,
Oh, they're just passing the rock around. Okay, sorry.
I was paying attention. I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh.
um, gosh, God forbid that something does happen to Varaxis and I. You can at least take. There is 2 stones in this bag of bottomlessness. She'll hold up the bag of holding.
That would be a great one for me to learn. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always kept at least 1 diamond on me.
You have a diamond on you?
It's not an expensive one. It's only 300 gold pieces worth.
I have
Listen,
a
it's my
cat.
in case of emergency break glass diamond.
Okay, understood.
But yeah, I will take some time and I guess learn Revivify from Evangeline.
I kind of picked it up because, you know, after the death of my last group, it would be nice to have a way to fix people.
God, if you can add a Revivify, what is happening?
They're
God, can you add a Revivify, please?
Would you guys stop playing with the crystal before one of you dies?
Again.
Like this time, I'm pretty sure it'll be permanent because I can see bits and pieces of you no longer existing.
Now, it doesn't actually melt any of their bones. It's small enough to where all it does is kind of just char them a little bit.
they've been doing that since we found the crystal. I gave them a small piece because one of them blew its arm off completely, touching it.
Was it the orange one?
There is no. It's not a red one, but there is one of them that is playing with just one arm.
Yeah, that one.
He's having a blast.
I'm sure his arm was too.
I can't regrow
did.
bones.
No, it's a little one. I made sure it was small enough that it didn't do any lasting damage.
Penny, you said you were learning Revivify. Is that correct?
Yup.
Okay.
That one, and then I'll
that was
learn a
using your
spell.
last spell scroll.
Well, I can keep it for the day
Oh, yeah.
without having to use a scroll. I'm not going to use a scroll right now, just in case we encounter anything. I don't want to.
Revivify is in
I don't want to put
your
myself
spellbook
at
for now.
fucking what, 12 health.
Nah, man, it's fine.
Is there anything I can do to? Is it just? Can I just heal you and you'll be fine, or?
Penny's like, healing would work, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if it was like a weird.
Okay.
This is outstanding.
We don't. I can heal actually myself. It would this and Penny shows off you see the same thing that stabbed him a second ago, the cipher. He's like, I can store spell energy in it. I'd rather you not waste yours, since I don't think you can do the same.
No, definitely not. But I think we have 2 days still. I actually above board God.
Yeah, it's
Is
about
this-
a two-day journey. So any downtime activities you're wanting to do, you are. more
Yeah,
than
that's what I
welcome
wanted to confirm. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to add a little bit of healing, I wouldn't waste a lot, just in case. But
Here, let's see. I can hit you with a.
because I do have plans, that is both above board and in character. But
Oops.
Jesus.
There you go,
Hey,
bud.
Okay.
almost completely heals
That's-
you.
literally one off of full. That's crazy.
That is, I love that.
Well, thank you. Thank you a lot.
Yeah, it's what I'm good at. So, but
Yeah, I did notice a discrepancy in your healing and mine. Maybe it's because I don't get mine through a god. My healing's not as good.
maybe I have only been healing with a god, so I can't I don't know.
Well, okay. I actually have some plans that is going to take up most of my day. So, thank you again. I'm gonna. Do they have anywhere to stay on this ship that's not like out in the open?
Nope.
Okay, find somewhere next to a crystal, but kind of tucked into somewhere where I can't get hit as easily. So, like, I'm actually next to the stairs down low, not on the stairs.
Gotcha.
So, like, here. There we go.
Oh my god, why did this one just fall?
Just the random activity happening. Evangeline just looks over. This kobold skeleton has been just poking at Tin, and Tin had enough and fucking just shattered his leg.
Okay.
I can't fix that.
No, after like 15 minutes, it comes back. It just kind of reknits itself.
All right, buddy. So let's not bother Tin anymore.
And at some point, they accidentally threw the radiant crystal over towards Blade, and Blade is currently holding on to the rock.
That's for the best.
Penny
Just telling them,
peek around
your
the-
guys are gonna take a break.
Penny will peek around the corner and be like, "Hey, Maraska,
Hmm?
Blade is like a tired
are you going to be
dad.
free for most of this day?
I didn't exactly have plans.
You think you could essentially act as a guard for a short bit in case anything happens? I have a spell that takes 12 hours to cast. So,
Why
Christ.
do you even bother with magic?
why do I bother? Because it can do ridiculous things.
Sure, in 12 hours.
Exactly.
Oh, are you doing
Look,
simulacrum? Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Which is another check.
It is another check, indeed.
But thank to Evangeline, I'm not about to just knock myself out.
Easy peasy healing. I don't even know how to break a sweat on that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I get to find out what
So-
the one does to me.
Yeah, we were talking about what would happen. So what I'm ruling it as is you essentially have vulnerability to that damage.
So I
Hmm.
take 82.
82.
Why? Then he can't have shit.
Bloodied, immediately, almost dead.
God is allowing me to cast things that have ridiculous fucking costs.
Yeah,
I will take the
Simulacrum
fucking
requires
weird-
1500 GP to cast. So basically, if he fails his Arcana check, he takes 3 times his wizard level rounded down in necrotic
But-
damage.
I still get to use the spell. I just take a fuck ton of damage doing it.
Yeah. So basically, what he's been doing is he uses it during periods of low activity, because the artifact ability does not discriminate on leveled spells. So even if he casts like a third level spell that has a high gold cost, it's still going to do 41 damage to him if he fails.
Okay.
What are you using as your because the actual material components like the powdered ruby that won't obviously that gets covered, but you also are you using some of this blue crystal? Because you technically
Honestly, that
also
sounds-
need a pile of ice or snow that is the same size as that creature. Which, if you want to use part of that crystal, I could see you being able to like get some break some up.
Yeah, I will scrape some off until I've got a pile of snow.
Just shaving it until you have this weird fucked snow.
A snow that's colder than any snow I've ever touched before. Yeah. Morosky, you're watching this entire process as Penny looks like he almost dies. Just starting this.
You see him just ever so slightly shake his head. He like halfway mumbles to himself. It takes me a second to swing my axe. Full power to cast. God.
What's funny is it looks like Penny almost died, and all he's doing is messing with a pile of snow right now. So
He's
likely
watching
makes
you
no
just like
sense
what
to anyone
the
here
fuck?
other than the other two wizards.
Just playing with snow and dying in the process.
But yeah, that's
One of these
my
days you're gonna
entire
get
day. So
downed.
So,
for everybody
Alright,
else,
you,
good luck.
if you had any luck making new recipes,
Oh yeah, talking to Murray.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I've been trying to figure out how to make scones, but I haven't really come across very many recipes.
I'm not well versed in those either.
I've been also trying to increase my proficiency in cakes and other such baked goods. But again, it turns out, unless I actually use magic to create the materials, coming across some of those things is a bit expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not exactly cheap, especially from Voss either.
Not from Voss or importing it through a battlefield. But otherwise, no. Are there any other recipes you would like to share? I might be able to, at least once we get back to Margate, I might be able to make something.
I mean, have you tried an apple pie yet?
I haven't really done very many things with pies. Again, coming across things like fruits and other such things to actually create those things is expensive. And I've tried making pies using materials created by magic, but it always tastes a little off,
Off.
at least according to Rattletap.
Yeah.
There is a spell that I have been working on that sort of skips the process of actually creating the things via, like, an oven, but I haven't quite finalized it, but I might spend the next day or so trying to get that figured out. Might be of use, being able to enhance those sort of foods with other magics to help increase our capabilities.
Yeah, it seems the mall is not the best place for baking.
It isn't, but I've done my best. And I'm happy to see that other people have been enjoying that effort. It's been therapeutic for both parties.
Did you try using substitutes for the different things? Maybe with a maw equivalent?
I really should probably talk with T to figure out exactly what substitutions could be used.
So no, doesn't she normally use like some type of mushroom as bread?
She does, but I haven't really spoken with her, at least ever since I took up baking. I've spent most of my time in Margate, and T is busy enough as she is already. But once we get back, I would love to talk with her.
Yeah, I never had much time for baking. So
Well,
my
once
knowledge on it
everything
is very
settles
limited.
down, once everything settles down, maybe you could come help me.
If I survive.
I'm sure you will. I have confidence in everyone in this group, including even the skeletons that are around us.
They're very curious. I hope they didn't invade the bakery too much.
They intruded initially, but once I was able to give them sort of an objective to kind of direct that energy, they started being a little less destructive. They don't mean any harm, their curiosity is ravenous.
They were stuck on the 10th layer for a long time.
I can only imagine how boring that would have gotten after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I think they said it was a couple thousand years.
That would even more explain everything that they've done. And how they act. At least they directed their energy to curiosity and dealing with hostile entities as opposed to going mad.
Yeah, they could have done like I did and just signed up to go on a crazy caravan looking for a golden city.
Honestly, I don't think I would put it past them to still do that. Given the opportunity. But wandering outside, the maw may be really the best place for these people. The outside is not very kind to the undead.
The outside isn't kind to anyone anymore.
True enough. But he rifles through his bag and finds another biscuit and hands it over to you. They stay remarkably preserved in this bag of holding.
I think it has something to do with that
The
Digit
distant
mentioned. It was like a
voice
pocket dimension
of
that
dirt
is
being
kind
like,
of like, you know,
exactly. They don't fucking touch.
it's it had something to do with how Digit said it's like a pocket dimension, and there's like technically no air in there, something like that.
That would make sense. Well, I haven't been much one for dimensional interactions, so as long as this bag of holding does what I would like it to do, I really don't need to know more. It is
Yeah,
very handy.
I'm not the inquisitive type into that kind of thing. It's how you end up in the depot.
All roads lead to the depot.
But
He is a
thank you
strange
for
one,
the.
isn't he?
Yeah, he scares me.
I think he means well. I think.
But thank you for the biscuit. I'm going to go
Absolutely.
continue to mingle as we travel. If you need anything, give me a shout.
Mingle on the cruise liner. Absolutely. Kind of just sits down and opens up a spell book. It's kind of just studying.
As I walk past Raylan, I'll offer him half of the biscuit.
He takes it and consumes it. Goes, "Did you make this?"
No, I'm worried.
Oh,
It's really good.
right. He did take up baking, didn't he? I haven't really visited Mulgate very often. I'm constantly at Havenlight. It's been nice to be out for more than a day. Looking out on the fucking the sea.
I mean, have you ever considered taking a vacation every now and then, just to go to another layer?
Ah, that's what this is.
Yeah, I meant like more than just having to go fight some god awful horror.
I haven't had much of a luxury. See, here's the thing about the people at Havenlight. Most of them like to go out on adventures. Somebody has to hold down the fort. And that happens to be me most of the time. Blade and I, more specifically, and T. But everybody else is constantly going out and about, which, you know, it's great, but
You get tired of looking
I
at your
wouldn't want
desk.
it definitely can be exhausting. It'll be nice to swing my swords again. But
Hope
things
you've,
that aren't just wildlife.
Hope you've kept them sharp.
They are just as sharp as the day I got them.
When was that?
Long before the Maw.
Held on to the same swords for that long?
He takes both of them out. Very like they're simple, but you could tell that like they're like sharpened to almost beyond like a razor's edge.
Oh, even
And
the
they
knives
kind
have
of
wrinkles.
But they kind of like sheen with a like shine with like a nice like kind of gentle silver light. But these things look like it could fucking cut most things in half.
Rex is gonna pull out his long sword. I mean, mine look like this day one into the mall.
What happened to that sword?
I killed a shadow with it, and now if you listen, it can like it can do some weird things now, and it whispers.
I see.
Like the blade shatters and can impale things.
I mean, at least it's not trying to consume you, yes? So I suppose it's
No,
on our side.
I've yet to figure out what it's saying. Maybe my hearing isn't good enough though.
Once again, just very soft but ominous whispering.
How's your hearing, Raven?
Well enough. I mean, I'd say better than most, but amongst my peers, the other elves probably not as good as it used to.
I mean, can you decipher what it's saying?
he will listen. I will have him make. We'll do a perception check. There's only a 17. He got a nat 1. He just goes, not quite. But what little I do hear doesn't sound like deep speech. So maybe the shadow isn't really there? I don't know. That is kind of looking at your sword. Isn't that the symbol of... Is that the symbol of Null?
It is. It showed up a little while back after I think I want to say Blade or Hammer worked on it.
Maybe Null kind of purged most of that shadow. Or changed it. I don't know. I'm not much of a religious person.
I've never asked if sometimes when you're standing in front of a god or talking to him, you just don't know what to ask.
I wish I could say I could relate.
I don't know if you
What?
do actually.
I've never really interacted with a god, so it's a foreign concept to me.
Yeah. Never too late to start.
Maybe, but I'm a bit busy right now to start praying. I don't even know who I'd pray to. Maybe
mean-
Pelor, but
There were elven gods, right?
there are.
I didn't meet
but
many elves before.
There are, but I don't know how many of them are really listening. I could always try at some point, but right now I don't really feel like it.
Good to have a plan for whenever you, well, I don't know your life expectancy, but whenever death
Most
does
things that
come.
take out an elf is not old age, it's being murdered. Or disease.
Well, I can prevent the disease part. I can cure those. The murder part is a 50-50 on if I'm around to stab whatever's trying to murder you.
What's going through everybody else's head right now? What are you guys doing? Roscoe, what are you doing? Esteban, what are you doing? Evangeline, what are you doing?
He's just keeping an eye out. Ain't nothing
Keeping an
special.
eye. Esteban's
Evangeline
right at the edge.
is corralling the kobold skeletons. She probably like went over to the one that's sitting to the edge and like pulled him back a little bit. It's like, let's not sit that close to the edge.
Come on.
Actually, no, no, no. Come on.
Why? Why do you hate fun?
I don't hate fun. I just,
You sound so
Okay.
heartbroken from that. Oh, ain't fun.
I was heartbroken.
Just looking at the sail. How was it gonna fall?
Well, you could though. And then you're gonna hit the ground and it's gonna hurt. And like, wouldn't we just like to
But-
avoid that
Wait,
step
the pain's
altogether?
great.
Pain isn't always great. Sometimes pain hurts. And you know.
Sometimes pain hurts.
Roscoe is once again deep in thought.
um
All right,
I'm
I'll go play hot potato.
Did they even get the ball back to play hot potato?
He's going over to Blade. Hey, give us our ball back. Blade's just not even responding, just looking out. And now the kobold is bothering Blade just repeatedly.
okay. Like, can they have their ball back so that they're not causing other mayhem?
You know how many times they've almost thrown it out into the ocean? Sea, whatever the fuck this is. They like to
She's
play
gonna
really close to the edge. I don't get it.
She's gonna look at the kobold. How about we play this game more into the center of the boat where you're less likely to lose it?
All right, you want to play? As Blade passes the ball over to, quote unquote, the ball, over to this kobold. You want to play catch?
I can, if that'll keep you from climbing things, sure.
You're gonna throw it back, right? You're not gonna keep the crystal.
No, I will throw it back.
Okay. Hey! He just talks to the other skeletons. We got the ball! He's just like, happy rattling.
Fucking menaces to
I'll say it every
society.
time. I love these little shits so much.
My god, what agents of chaos.
Like they're coming out of just fucking the shadows at this point.
Evangeline trying to think if she's regretting her choices.
Meanwhile, there's just Raylan and Varaxis having a conversation.
Yep. Just hanging out. They've just started creating a nice little circle.
There's a small look of help me, I don't know what I just did.
They proceed to throw the ball now.
Evangeline has
Passes.
made friends.
Oh shit, I just accidentally made a second one. Yep. Passes over. Goes over to you, Evangeline. Who are you throwing it to?
I guess to the one next to me.
You.
She holds it and it feels fine in her hands. Their concept of pain is completely like different from yours. So they're impressed by the fact that you were holding it for so long. Proceeds to continue throwing it. This rinse and repeats for like an hour and a half. She will keep them entertained for this whole time.
I mean, you could at any point stop
beautiful.
and they will keep going.
Yeah, you could leave the circle and they just fill in.
She said she was gonna play. She keeps her word.
Yeah, she's fun, damn it. She's fun.
She's fun.
She's trying to prove that she's fun. The amount of emotional damage Evangeline took from that comment by this kobold. A kobold that is acting like an actual fucking child. Why do you hate fun? Come on, Mom, what the fuck?
She's
Evangeline
fun. She's
has a
hip. She's
flash in her
cool.
mind. Maybe this is how Varaxis feels.
Esteban, what's
I
happening
get
with
it
you, man?
now.
Esteban is over by the edge of the ship here, kind of looking down. And I jump. No, I'm just kidding. No, more so.
The bone crew joins you because obviously, if a fleshy guy can do it, they can.
Sure. No, he's pondering, thinking back to life before the mall, previously. And if he survives and we actually fucking do this shit somehow, what that means, what going back might mean, good and bad, seeing as how his pockets are not filled as once promised on a poster.
Nothing like getting tentative promises because they're like, there should be a golden city. Don't know what we're gonna find there, but anything with the word golden, it's gotta be good, right?
And then, of course, having to immediately think about Mawgate and what we saw it to be, and then unfortunately had to see what it was, and is no longer. Yeah, it's pretty rough. There's a lot of emotions happening. It's kind of, since he spent so much time in the last couple days, like physically preparing, whether that be spells and weapons and possible upgrades, the grappling hook to his arm and everything else, is right now he's just struggling mentally to keep it together for all of this. This is a different preparation.
You trying to keep that hidden?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
With you being right next to Blade, go ahead and give me a deception check.
Sure.
Oh, he got a nat 1. He's not gonna fucking pick up
Oh,
jack
no.
shit.
Do you want me to roll anyways?
Yeah, roll anyway to see if you somehow get lower than him.
It's not possible, but I can roll.
he got a 9. Oh my god.
Wow.
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 Well, maybe it is possible.
Esteban is really bad at hiding his emotions.
I guess in this particular instance, yeah, with everything that's going through his head, it's probably hard to keep everything hidden.
I mean, usually he's the just say whatever he's thinking kind of guy, so you know.
Just mumbling under his breath. Blade just kind of looking over it, just seeing you have a small existential crisis. Everybody's on the boat merrily playing hot potato, and he looks over at you and he goes, "You good?" Because one, before you say yeah, you don't look good.
It's just a lot. All of this. I'm kind of just gesture around, to all of the fucking skeletons and the kobolds all playing catch with Evangeline. Well, stare at Evangeline. And just like, and then we have also of course the Waterborn. Like there's a lot more than Esteban had ever really signed up for. I mean, at least Warforged aren't weird concept to him, so he's not gonna look at Blade, of course, weird. But yeah, just the whole. This is a journey that he was. I mean, he'll say this part out loud, like, we're going to fight something that could obliterate everything. I mean, this is crazy, right?
Oh no, it's totally insane, and I've spent most of my life here, or most of my second Warforged life here. I was a Warforged before. Yeah, no, shit's weird. It's but call us unlucky. We
Yeah, that's
we don't got much of a choice, huh?
unlucky is definitely the word, right? It's pretty much how I
Yeah.
would describe my entire existence.
Yeah, and you came with the caravan.
Yeah, I did. Under false pretenses.
Damn.
That is for sure.
Is it?
Well,
What makes you think that?
I mean, I don't
I don't
know
know
what's
what
at
the
the bottom of this
advertising
thing,
slogan
but
was for the caravan.
they promised us a beautiful golden city of untold riches.
Oh, so it's kind of like us.
I mean, look, man, I guess the advertisement works, right? It was like a
Well,
little-
I mean, think about it, right? I mean, when you hear like untold riches, I don't know. I don't know when Raylan was first trying to get the first expedition all up and running, like he was kind of doing the same thing, being like, hey, it's probably treasure and shit. I mean, think about it. When you see ruins, like evil,
No,
like
yeah, for
crazy
sure.
ruins or like one big cave, what's your first thought before you even explored it?
probably cool shit in there.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe call it Stockholm syndrome or whatnot, but like, I don't feel like I was deceived. I feel like I took
It's-
a risk.
They were right about one thing, though. This has been a very crazy, and I'm not going to use the word incredible because I haven't died yet, but it has been a crazy adventure. This is definitely something that I'll hold on to. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to meet cool
Plus-
people like you. I mean, that's a plus in itself. I haven't really met a whole lot of people that enjoy my company, so
Hey, you're good to be around. You got your moments, but everybody does. And it's like, look, I know just like us, I've kind of given up on it at this point, but I've also found a home in Havenlight. But think about it, right? How much exploration in the Maw has your caravan really done?
that's a good point.
How many things do you think are probably? I'm not saying that there are. I can't guarantee it, obviously. But we've had a time limit put on everyone.
Yeah,
Who's to say that once the guy in the basement is dealt with, if we survive, who knows what could be still around?
that's true.
It's been almost a straight shot.
We haven't really seen what anything really has to offer, I guess. You're right.
Yeah. So it's like, look, I know this shit's insane, and the shit we're even getting ready to deal with now is, despite everything that I've seen, is the craziest shit I've had to deal with so far. But one, I mean, he just gestures to the ship. look at all of the allies we've got. People that have got each other's back, people that got your back, you've got our back. Like, I don't know what your relationship with the people outside was, but I think it's hard to beat this.
No,
When it
you're
comes to a support
absolutely
group,
right.
at least.
I guess that's kind of what I mean is I've never really had a group of allies before.
No, you got
That's-
more than just a group. You got layers. There's probably a small army of allies at this point. Granted,
No,
some of
yeah.
them, looking at the kobolds, some of them are a little weirder.
It's some of them are definitely weirder.
But even still, you know, the amount of things like hell, a lot of the stuff that I've made, despite the fact, I mean, they get used almost immediately in the maw. A lot of the stuff that I've made, if we're talking about like values, going back to like the whole riches part, a lot of the stuff that I've made, that Hammer's made, that probably that Waterborn guy Algrex has made, using the native maw materials, I bet you that goes for insane gold on the outside. And
That's
if it
true.
weren't for the war going on, from all the Tiamat shit, I bet you a lot of you guys in the Golden Caravan, at this point I don't really care about the money, but a lot of you guys in that Golden Caravan years, bet you'd probably be rolling in it. But unfortunately, this is a very hot territory.
Yeah.
A lot of shit got locked up here.
I
Which
mean,
just
I
leads
guess
me
we
to
won't really
believe-
know though unless we make it out alive, right?
Yeah, and hey, I think we could. I'm gonna try to stay optimistic.
Looks around the
Like I
boat.
said,
I
We
like
all got
our
each
odds.
other's backs.
Yeah, we definitely do. Esteban feels a lot better now. Less like jumping off the ship.
Yeah, less like I wonder how slowly I'll sink in here and drown.
I wonder if I can sink fully.
But got a pats you on the back and he goes, "Look, you ever feel like that? You know, I mean, I only caught it because I happened to be near you, but you know, talk with people when you got those concerns, because you looked like you were gonna jump at one point."
Yeah. But I'll assure you, I'm not going to. But I'd be lying if I said a thought didn't cross my mind. You know.
Well, we're glad you didn't. Plus, not to mention, you'd have an army of skeletons that probably thought because you jumped in, they could do it too.
Yeah. I heard the mask earlier. That's probably shouldn't do that.
You'd be taking a lot of skeletons with you.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate that. I really do. This has just been a really
no problem.
weird time, I guess, to process.
Oh, this shit's insane. I'm not saying that it didn't. There is absolutely nothing normal about this place. The people who were born here, this is normal to them, but like despite the fact that I've spent most of my life here, this place is fucking insane.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm lucky enough to have come across Haven Light. But yeah, no, Maw's fucking an awful place.
It's not all bad though. You're right. Haven Light is nice.
Haven Light and maybe Mawgate way on down the line. Hell, there's other forge towns that'll probably once the guy in the basement is dealt with. I bet you there'll probably be a lot of people who might feel safer staying here. The skeletons being at least the one group that'll want to stay. Possibly. I don't know. They might go get themselves killed by going outside. But we got a lot of forge towns that could use people.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe at the end of all this, I end up sticking around.
Who knows? Yeah, I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm hoping that the threshold disappears. I mean, the thing that it was made for would be dead or gone. I don't know.
I'm not smart enough to be thinking about all the possibilities.
I just make things.
You do a hell of a job at it.
Yeah, I've worked on everybody's gear at this point. And everybody's alive still, except for a couple.
Esteban will just like pat the sword, like, yeah, it's gotten me this far.
Yeah. I'd like to take a look at that shield again, see if I can repurpose it.
Yeah,
But I'd
for sure.
need to get a hold of it again. But I don't know. I got no fucking idea what we're gonna be facing over there. I barely even know what the Far Realm is.
I don't think I mean, I've heard things, but none good things. But
I just know it's
pretty
bad
much don't know.
stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got too. It's, all the things I've heard has never really been good, but I don't have any kind of way of verifying that until we see it, I guess.
Neat. Is for we'll kind of fast forward just a little bit, because it's 2 days worth. What are you guys doing over the next like day after, basically over the next 2 days, effectively, before you guys actually land? Is anybody doing anything in particular? I know there's not much to do outside of the playing hot potato.
I think at some point Evangeline would have just
Excuse yourself.
donated. Yeah, no, definitely at some point she did after she felt like she proved her I'm fun point. And then yeah, I think at some point within the 2 days, probably closer towards the second end of the second day there, she would have prayed to Bahamut in regards to just kind of be like a general blessing of we're about to do something really fucking crazy. I would like to hopefully not lose anyone.
Yeah.
Other than sleeping, Varaxis would have tried to get a hold of Noel again.
All right, go ahead and give me a religion check if you're trying to Skype call there. No. So you at least it sounds terrible. Almost sounds like practically like a fucking call center. You were able to get through to your god. It's not anything crazy like fucking being in the area, but you do hear for the first time in a very long time, if ever, you hear a much angrier voice that is not talking to you. It seems to be talking to others. But you hear the nice half of Null just goes, "Ah, Varaxis, you caught me at a bit of a busy time."
Yeah, he sounds angry.
He's upset. It's been constant prayers from what seems to be a large influx of kobolds.
That might be my fault.
They did mention a paladin of Null. I had a feeling it was you. I don't blame you. It is good to see more kobold souls trying to, or that have broken free of Tiamat. Though I am curious as to how it happened.
Oh,
I
there's
haven't been able to quite figure it out.
There's some skeletons here, the ones that I worked with in the past, Kellenbor. Apparently, if they touch once living things, they come back as a skeleton. And
I see.
apparently that freed their soul as well.
By dying in the maw.
By dying and being brought back, oddly enough.
Interesting.
They have a massive disdain for Tiamat now.
Well, that's always useful. Well, the number keeps increasing, and Falazure has been busy directing them.
You're gonna give your god a headache with that?
That's why he's got 2 heads.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't think
no.
they're gonna slow down.
You got Crenepsis, who's basically the one that that Varaxis talks to normally. He is more like Dragon God. And then you got Falazure, which is like the evil half, the more militaristic half that likes to spread death.
I don't
The
know if that's
Falaz-
gonna slow down anytime soon. The war is still going.
Well, it seems to be that at least Falazure has been able to at least direct them to spread. They seem to have gained the same ability as the Kalimvor skeletons. It's an interesting process.
I mean, I'll take it for the current happenings. I've got a few of them on the ship with me right now.
I see. That would explain a couple of their prayers, talking about sailing in the sky, was it?
We're sailing on a weird ocean of very dense water and a lot of different of the strange crystals that are here, that are liquid
Going
form.
on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Spelljammer.
Because we're going to close a portal to the far realm.
Ah, the Living Gate, is it?
Yeah, it's here and it's
I was
open.
wondering where that was.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's here, it's open, and from what the weird crystal people here have been saying, there's a chance another Tharistoon could come through it if we do not close it.
Well, it's a good thing you're en route to it, then.
I'm not sure what's going to be awaiting for us there.
This deep, I unfortunately can't tell you. I
What
have a
normally
hard
lives in the
time
far
looking this
realm?
far down. Oh. Things that don't normally have form. And that is why anything that you encounter from the far realm looks so strange, because it is the material plane's way of interpreting whatever that energy is.
So what you're saying is there could be a beholder there.
They are denizens of the far realm, yes. But there are worse things than just beholders.
Yeah, it could be an Aboleth or an Oberith.
Unfortunately, the possibilities really are endless.
Have I ever told you that sometimes I get really tired?
That's called stress. But you have pressed on for longer than most kobolds at this point. Your life expectancy well, your current lifespan is on the higher end for kobolds. So I can
I
only
mean,
imagine some of the stress that you have been through.
I know technically a kobold can live to like 140. I've not met any that old
Right.
yet.
Most kobolds work for Tiamat, and Tiamat never lets them get that old. The older kobolds get, the more wise they get, and the more they question Tiamat. She doesn't like that. That's why most kobolds are sacrificed so early in their life, before they can get wise.
But at least I found a way to separate myself from that before it became an issue.
That and so many other kobolds as well.
Unfortunately,
You've
they
done an
still have to
outstanding
die.
job here. Well, just as it is with you, their life expectancy, well, might be even longer than yours, depending on what they do.
So far, the only way we've found that can get rid of their current affliction is if they walk through the gate up top.
Then
The
that
threshold
becomes
and
their decision to deal with their final death.
the threshold seems to remove whatever causes them to come back.
What seems to affect most, if not all, of the current undead in the Maw is a blessing by Kelemvor. Essentially, a blessing to keep them in the fight to deal with the enemies of the Maw, trying to help in his own little way. And so, leaving the threshold is, I suppose, almost a declaration that they quit. And so the blessing is taken.
Did you always know the Maw existed?
I had a feeling. Most of the deities that dealt with the Maw don't necessarily interact with draconic deities, and when Tharizdun arrived, while most of us knew that he was there and tried to deal with him ourselves, gods don't really cooperate all that well, and eventually Tharizdun sort of disappeared. We figured he was sealed and not killed. It was only a matter of where. So, while I didn't know of the Maw specifically, I had a feeling that he was in some sort of vast prison.
Oh, an odd question I have, because I was talking to one of my companions here a while back. The area, is that only for dragonkind, or is it open for more?
There are rare instances where those chosen by other draconic deities or myself are recognized as draconic themselves, but these numbers are few. Most individuals that are here are either dragonborn, kobolds, or other such, even reptilian type individual.
I want to be stuck with Boss for all of eternity.
Is Boss on that list?
I don't know who that is.
The lizard
Good.
folk that runs the shops down here. Well, the shop for the caravan, I should say.
Are they draconic? Are they dragonborn, a kobold, or...
Just a lizard folk. He terrifies me.
Goes silent for a little bit. Ah, no. He is not on the quote-unquote airy list.
Thank God.
Okay. He
He
scares
seems
me.
to have been effectively signed to another. Who or what that is, I'm not sure. But he is
I
not
wonder-
one of us.
I hope it's not the same. I hope that doesn't have to do with the weird depot he keeps. I swear he keeps people in there.
I'm not sure.
But the important thing, at least to me, is he is not recognized by me or any other draconic deity.
Always scary to me how you can find this information so easily.
Think of it as essentially searching for souls. You are the conduit. I use you as effectively a signal and search through what would constitute something that might show up in the Eyrie. There are a few on your boat that you are currently on that would meet those requirements, but the one that you specified, not quite.
Kind of like Maraska.
He is beholden to Bahamut and Pelor. He would
No
find
Eyrie?
himself in the Eyrie after he perishes. The same with your cleric of Bahamut as well. They may
It'd be
not
nice to see
worship
Evangeline
me,
there.
but all dragons and draconic creatures will find themselves here.
Well, Jolbei also did come along, so keep us in your hopes.
Yes.
I'll
I have
do my
confidence
best
in
to keep
everything
him.
you do.
I'll do my best to keep him from being stolen.
It would be difficult to try to steal the soul of someone as bright as Jolbe. But thank you for your concern.
We did run into like some weird Dracoliches down here that were dangerous enough that Jolbe said to not even try to interact with them, and in fact, don't get seen by them.
They are predominantly chromatic dragons that fell to the Tharizdun. Chromatic dragons are a little bit more prone to corruption. Due
I
to
mean,
their natural, that does not mean that chromatic dragons are all born evil, but they have a natural inclination towards it.
well, also the slight arrogance as well that comes with.
It is characteristic, but there are plenty of chromatic dragons that live here, including evil ones, but that is because the Eyrie does not discriminate. As long as their soul belongs to the Eyrie, I see no reason not to bring them here.
I mean, it's not like they can get up to too many evil things in the area, right?
Not without being smacked down, no.
What happens to the ones who don't go to the area?
I don't know, and I will be honest, it does not bother me. They are not my business.
I just figured I'd ask if there was like a dragon hell or anything.
No, all manner of dragons find themselves in the Eyrie. It's sort of, for the most part, self-regulated. It could be what you say, dragon hell for some dragons, and dragon heaven for others. Depends on your attitude.
You know, it would have been nice to learn about all this before I came to the mall.
It would have been difficult with Tiamat's claws still in you.
That 5-headed bitch.
That fucking dragon bitch.
Fuck you 5 times.
Yeah, I mean, I guess without coming to the mall, I wouldn't have heard anything from you.
Indeed. You would be yet another kobold that would have fallen to Tiamat's schemes.
Even though your other side does still frighten me to this day.
You just hear more just yelling and commands. He means. Never mind.
He is on our side. For the most part. Well, he's on the side of dragonkind.
Hard to tell if he exactly approves of my actions. It sounds like a lot of no.
Falazure doesn't really bother with the kobolds that are still alive, or dragons or draconic entities that are still alive. But with the large influx of kobold skeletons, he's been quite busy. It's been a very long time since he's had his own army.
I mean, I must get points for that, right?
He just goes, if there were points, you would have them.
But you see that he kind of looks off as Falazure starts getting more and more aggressive, and he goes, Varaxis, I am going to have to deal with this.
Yeah, it's all good. I just figured I'd update you on the current status of how everything is going.
Thank you, and good luck.
If you need to, send a message through Phaedra if you should need anything specific.
Absolutely. And, disconnects. Neat. Anybody else doing anything cray cray?
Is this like the full day passed?
Full date. Well, this would be in the end, unless people are doing something very specific. This would be up until
The end of the day.
beaching,
Oh, so even the next day.
even including the next day. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that real quick because I want my health. And then there's another me. We can do that later. No need to put it on this map. Because if I was uninterrupted, that's a simulacrum. I have 2 of me. Which, don't worry, people, that's as many as I can get without doing clone, which takes like 180 days.
God damn.
So there won't be more of Penny other than these 2.
Oh, there's 2 of you.
There are 2 of them. We'll give them a different different little border as well.
Nice.
That way you know.
Convert those because that would have been a day. I'm gonna have to use a bunch. And then I'll wait for if anybody has anything else to do. My shit's kind of last minute, so I'll wait till you guys finish.
There we go.
If there's is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, is anybody else doing anything?
I think I said what I was doing, but yeah.
Okay.
You were just basically just praying for everybody's safety, essentially, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, like, I don't need to. It's okay. We don't have to. Either God's gonna talk to me really soon or gonna talk to me in a little bit, you know? One of the 2.
Who knows? Okay. In that case, then you're what's up? Huh?
Oh, just my last minute preparation. I'm gonna hit everybody. Well, not everybody, but my 3 main worries here with a mind blank.
Mind's blank.
So actually, I'm gonna hit myself with that too. So that's 4.
Learned your lesson, have we?
Well, maybe. Does mind blank have a huge cost? Hold on.
It doesn't have a cost at all.
It doesn't have a cost. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Nah, man.
I was like,
it's fine.
we'll see how many of these I can actually cast. Okay, so that's 16, 32. 32 spell levels gone from that list that I saved up to 50. It's gone so quick. Okay, we got to 18 of those. Fuck Christ. Okay. Okay. 18's not bad. So Mind Blank to Maraska, Raxus, Esteban, and myself.
Okay. Make sure everybody, y'all are tracking that when we go to deal with that.
I will also have the Simulacrum use. I'm gonna open up Beyond to keep track of the Simulacrum spells because he can't get any back.
You should be able to. I have a copy of your character right now.
Oh, I can just open up his sheet. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay. He's gonna use Mind Blank on himself as well. So that'll be his 8th gone. Just I don't want versions of me being taken over because I have some magic that can really just fuck so many things over.
Nah, man. It's all good. You don't have to do that.
But yeah, Mind Blanks, and I think there was one more. Oh, as I get close, I'm gonna spend 9 more of my little saved levels, so I'm down to 9 max. On what's it called? Foresight, I think it is. How long does Foresight last? 8 hours? Yeah.
8 hours.
So as we touch down, I'm foresighting on myself.
Okay. Alrighty, I will wub you guys to the staging grounds. Welcome, everyone,
Oh,
to the staging grounds.
it's so cool.
You
And
guys,
terrifying.
yeah. So, a couple things to describe as you guys are kind of pulling into port, or
Well, we all know mechanics, right? We
Huh?
can do this raid. We're good.
Yeah, you guys
God
know the
damn it.
mechanics. You don't know the mechanics
Alright.
yet.
When I say everybody
Y'all
claps,
are doing
everybody claps
blind
box.
prog right now.
Well, oh god, it's blind. Okay, well,
Blind
I already
prog.
watched the video. Is that okay?
No, you didn't.
Yeah. What do
Everything
you mean?
changed. This is Savage, motherfucker. You've only done Raid Finder. Anyways, so a couple things that you'll see as you guys are pulling in to essentially the precipice of the Living Gate. One, it is blinding light here. I'm not going to actually reveal that. I'm not going to do that light to you guys because it would be impossible to navigate a battlefield with it. But it's basically almost like a giant column of sunlight, like intense sunlight is just beating down on this area. So temperatures have risen. It's kind of uncomfortable being under all of this radiance. Despite how holy you are, this is like super concentrated.
This is the ordinary darkness. This is advanced darkness.
But a couple things you'll notice as you guys look out towards the Living Gate. One, Living Gate does not actually compose the entirety of this region of this layer. The gate itself is not substantial in its size. But what you see is effectively a kind of floating, like not a floating, my bad. Basically like almost like a giant hole in the ground. With a much darker like sky. This sky does not look like the water, quote unquote water, that you guys have been kind of maneuvering through. This is
dark, and you see, even from where you are, even without a perception check, you see movement inside of that portal. And it's not a small amount of movement. It is like a small hive of activity. As you kind of look around at the ring surrounding this entire region, kind of a pit going into another pit, you see a series of just like... Oh, is that plug in my headset? Because it's going to beep at me aggressively. I return. Just like the obelisk that you see right next to you, there is a series of obelisks that kind of line the outside regions of this region. One difference between the obelisks that you guys have interacted with before, similar to like the Forge Towns, these ones don't have chains, but they instead have a very kind of, to you who have been closer to those crystals, feels very familiar in their energies. As you see, kind of a deep red aura is kind of engulfing these obelisks, and a kind of not dark red, but like a reddish magical circle underneath. Kind of, you feel a little weak being near it, almost like it passively is trying to take away your life force. But you see that there is a very faint kind of energy that kind of connects all of these obelisks in almost like a net around this, around the gate. You also see 4 more ships, very similar to the one that you took. You see a lot of activity there as well. All looks very, very closely like the one you were riding on. And on those ships, you see not very many shard mines, but what you do see, just like in front of you, you see a fuckload of shard mines. It's kind of just a swarm of activity as they're kind of all preparing to get onto these ships. As you kind of hear kind of a, just as you're sitting here, a kind of faint, but over the next like 20, 30 minutes, kind of a slowly getting louder and louder, like ominous hum coming from the gate. But as you guys deboard the few shard mines that were on board as you guys are leaving, they go, leave in 1 hour. The fight begins. So now you guys have kind of a bit of kind of partially on you, how you want to organize the NPC forces that you guys have with you.
Why are there so
You've
many
got-
shard mines? Where'd they come from?
The gate? But not including the shard mines. Shard mines don't work for you, but the rest of the crews here do. You have 5 ships. I would recommend, it's up to you, you could put all of them on your ship, but you've got other ships that you could put these NPCs on. If you want to leave it up to the, like, quote-unquote leader NPCs to figure it out amongst themselves, or if you guys have plans for kind of how you want everybody split up, it is totally up to you.
Yeah. I have an idea. Algrex,
Yes.
do you guys suffer from the curse at all?
No, we do not.
How would you feel about some of the waterborne riding on Jilbay's back?
Oh fuck yes!
Think of it like the mobile
a
mobile
mobile
archer tower.
firing platform.
We could put some of the waterborne on his back. I don't think all of us would fit, but maybe 4.
And with that, see a couple of them set up to meet up with the ranged skeleton crew
But otherwise, we could take one of the other ships and work on support from afar.
That would be very ideal. I know you guys are amazing shots with those bow guns.
We try to be.
Uh, do you want Tin on that boat, or where would Tin work best?
Tin will always be by my side. He works best there.
Okay.
I have a feeling that it won't be only ranged we will be dealing with. So being able to defend the actual deck of the ship would probably be good, and Tin is very good at attacking things.
Do you want some of the skeletons on that boat?
We could benefit from more help, yes.
I'll be back. Hey, could some of you guys go over there with the waterborne to get on their boat?
Water bones.
Waterborne
The water bones.
tsunami.
God. The tidal bone storm. Yeah, this skeleton would kind of look at you, and go, "Yeah, how many you want?"
How many skeletons we got here? Put about 4 of you over there with him.
All right. Just group up with the waterborne. An entire ship of unfeeling individuals.
Does anyone else have any specific talents they want to share or a preferred boat?
Raylan will kind of look at you guys and just go, I don't think we should all try to focus up on one ship. The more ranged we can help spread out amongst the other decks would probably be good. Those better at defending could probably be closer to single-handedly dealing with the ship. I know Mary is great at defense, and Voss has his own supply. Railtap is better at figuring out the actual intricacies of dealing with those types of combat, and Hammer and Blade are, well, very good at not moving.
Penny will raise his hand for a second, not like a question, but just to get attention. Be like, do we have anybody particularly skilled at protecting another? He points to the simulacrum. He's like, these only have about half my health. So they die quickly. However, they can throw out a lot of damage so long as they aren't killed before they get to
the waterborne. The last time they were defending something, I came out to a room full of dead bodies.
Does a simulacrum have a soul?
That's a good question.
Because I know I can pilot them, essentially. But I don't know if they have, like, a soul.
I mean, they're made of snow, but they use your spells.
It's like they use my spells, but they can't get any back. They don't have, like, a soul of their own. It's like a copy of mine. An imperfect copy.
Yeah. I would say they probably don't have a soul, because you can't inhabit them, if I recall correctly, right?
No, I can just basically command them as if they were my level of intelligence.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah, because, clone would...
Clone is the one that it doesn't have a soul, but when you die, your soul goes into it.
Yeah. So I would say Simulacrum probably doesn't. Now, I will say, okay, so saying, like, spreading out individuals on the other ships, mechanically, they will be... So I'll give you kind of a sneak peek of what these guys are going to be doing. So during this combat, you're going to be effectively... almost like you're not going to be fighting just individual. You're going to be fighting essentially kind of like a battlefield. The perspective will be from just your ship. So the other ships that you put NPCs on, they won't be in direct control from you guys. They will instead provide like essentially like a a static
Yeah.
modifier to rolls. So depending on what ship you put it on, kind of helps with
Well-
your odds for other things.
My simulacrum, I just need it to stay alive. It's going to cast a spell on me and hopefully stay alive.
So you're not going to use if you don't use it for anything else. Yeah, you could put it on a different ship, and
Yeah, it can just be.
as long as that ship
can
doesn't
say
go
it's-
down.
It's using non-concentration spells to assist the others.
Yeah, then in that case, yeah, you could kind of pick any ship that's not a player ship, and he'd be fine as long as that ship survives.
You
Yeah,
can ask some of the
Well-
shard mines if they'll go with the rest of the skeletons on our other boat.
I could also. Yeah, it should be fine.
Do you guys? Can some of you guys go with the little group of skeletons we got down there?
They all turn at you simultaneously.
I don't need all of you. Just I don't know, like
You just get a response of, "We will balance the ships."
okay. I was just gonna see if maybe 8 or 9 of you could go.
Too many on one ship.
Actually, I'm going to keep my simulacrum with
Ah.
us, just because it'll allow Evangeline to protect it. Whereas,
Murray, do you think
Yep.
you could go with the skeletons?
Of course, I can go with the skeletons. Voss might be able to help me with them as well. We might be able to deal with whatever comes towards us.
You think you got it, boss? Go ahead.
Yeah. That's the only response you get. We can handle it.
You're very okay. Hammer, blade. Do you guys have a preference?
Not really. Just tell us where you need us.
Okay. Rayland, hammer or blade? I need advice.
Full.
Helping with, I guess, the skeleton ship a little bit here because right now we've got Mweri and Voss and 5 skeletons.
there's a part of me
Um,
that wants to be like, we keep all the named NPCs.
Yeah,
Nothing
if you
can
want
happen.
combat
Raylan's
to
not
take
allowed
10
to
fucking
leave.
years, sure.
Raylan's on Evangeline is making that a rule. Sorry. I'm gonna watch this motherfucker like a hawk.
Uh,
So the
Penny
way that I'm
will
gonna rule
come out
it
with, like,
is
one of the other casters with us, because Penny's with what he's gonna do is might not be able to cast as many, say, silvery barbs or counter spells as he'd like.
I would say all of the ships will be just enough within range. I would argue that the Spelljammers have some sort of like range multiplier. So if you put a named NPC or an NPC that has the ability to heal or something, that like has like only like a 60-foot range, it would still reach.
Okay.
Oh. I think
Uh,
hammer or
but-
blade would be better for that ship.
So when you're asking them, Hammer kind of speaks up. It's like, oh, if you're looking for a meat shield, oh yeah, I got it. You've seen how fucking unkillable I am. Raising
Very
that
true.
red flag. I'm gonna long rest him real quick. For some reason, he's not at full health. But so real quick, as I've been kind of talking about it, so for every I'll have the exact calculations. You guys don't have to keep all of that in your head. But basically, for every named NPC you put on a different ship, other than yours, every named NPC will increase that ship's HP by 10. Every 5 generic NPCs you put on that ship increases it by 10. Each ship has 350 HP.
Blade, do you think you could keep the waterborne safe?
I mean, they look pretty capable. You want me to go help them?
From your perspective, what do you think we're lacking here?
Well, I mean, honestly, despite the fact that we got a lot of our own guys with the skeleton crew, literally in this case, probably should go with them.
Go with
The
the skeletons.
Waterborne are pretty well stocked.
Go with the skeletons then. That might be better.
Yeah. I'll put these in a little square.
You'll probably end up with some shard mines on your boat, so be wary.
Yeah, that's fine. They've scanned all of us.
Wary.
Anything you see that you would do differently here, Raylan? Or?
Honestly, it's going to be thin no matter what. The shard mines look like they're going to backfill anything that we don't have, so.
Backfill.
Backfill? But otherwise, I think the small group that we've got should be able to handle our own ship.
We've got me, you, Evangeline, Maraska, Rattletap, Penny, and Esteban.
That should be, I suppose, good enough. Not without spreading even more forces.
Yeah, I think that should be good. I don't know exactly what Rattletap may have cooked up, but I'm sure it is interesting.
Well, a lot of my things should be good at disrupting whatever's going to be coming at us. Or trying to, at least. I haven't dealt with far realm entities before, so I don't know exactly what's going to be useful, but worst case scenario, I got the ability to kill them, so...
That's good enough for me.
Plus, I should be able to help maintain any sort of magic devices that might be on here. Might be able to help repair it.
Right, well, I guess this is it, guys.
This our order?
This is,
Yep.
unless anyone has objections, this is what I'm settling with.
Sounds good to me.
Ready.
Araska's no
I would like
strategist.
to do my usual filling of everyone with their buffs when it comes time appropriate, please.
Yeah. 2 seconds. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just
One.
I'm gonna
And
fucking
two.
throw you off that spell jammer. I swear to God.
I didn't do it this time. It wasn't me, God.
Are you thinking about Jeff laughing again?
I'm thinking of God's gonna say no to something. But when it's funny.
Oh.
I hope he doesn't say no. It'll be amusing. But it also might lead to him killing us, so if so, I apologize.
I return. Okay. So, what we will do, I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys into the arena.
Yup. Oh. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yep, there will be a wub wub. And the wub wub begins. It's a very simple map. It's a very simple map. But the individuals with you, you brought Raylan and Rattletap with you, correct?
Yes.
To believe.
Okay. It's got Raylan,
However
Rattletap.
many
Did you
shard
simulacrum
mines
with you?
decided to come with us.
Yes. I decided to keep it. I switched my plans up slightly on which one of us was going to be doing a thing, so I need it with me.
Okay.
So you've got your simulacrum with you.
I have
Demo is
foresight.
here. I pre-dropped Phaedra
Thank you.
because I know you're going to want Phaedra.
Yeah,
But
that-
otherwise, this is going to be your primary crew of shard mines.
Ooh.
The other shard mines are filling out the remaining. It is 2 other ships that did not get any generic NPCs on. I'm going to go back over to the staging grounds to do some quick calculations. We got A, B, D, D, Spellhammer, E. So, you guys are A. You guys don't count as named NPCs, alas. But your 2 named NPCs with you, I'll say you get a little bit of extra health. So you will have, turns into 370 HP.
Ooh.
Spelljammer B is going to be Voss, Mary, Hammer, Blade, and 5 skeletons. They get another 50 HP, so Spelljammer B has 400 HP. Spelljammer C. What's up?
Before we left, could I have said to Jolbit to that I'm gonna do something really interesting in that he inspired?
Oh? He just
Yeah.
goes, oh, really?
You'll see it. You can't miss it.
Yeah. Spelljammer C is going to be the Waterborne crew. So that is 1 and 2, 3, 4. That comes out to be 390 HP.
To the crew here that sees Penny, he has an unsettling grin.
Okay.
For some of you, you're
So-
reminded, oh, he is a Fae.
What I'll
Cross goes
probably
over there
do,
like, "Oh,
I'm
that's
not quite sure how I'm going to be able to communicate to you guys the exact HP of in total all of your ships. Because that was not an experiment I even thought to do before we started.
Fair enough.
But this encounter will be going into next session anyways, so I might be able to I'll probably have something ready next session. But here are the rules for kind of how this fight is going to go. On top of the normal combat that you will have with entities coming from the far realm that you'll be dealing with, at the top of every round, there will be a contested D20 roll. Basically, your ships versus the far realm. So, I'm just going to kind of read this out, and then I'll post it into chat so you guys can look back on it. So, 5 Spelljammers exist, each with an apparatus of specialized crystals to channel and seal the gate to the far realm. Spelljammers, by default, have 350 HP. The Living Gate has 1050 HP. At the top of the round, during the lair action, a contested D20 roll will be made, 1 D20 from the far realm, 1 D20 from you guys. The D20s are flat, unless each side makes a decision on a special action to take with downsides depending on what those actions are. There's 2 actions per side. The victor of that contest will deal damage to either 3 random Spelljammers or to the gate, depending on the victorious side. On a Far Realm victory, 3 random Spelljammers will take 50 damage. If the player ship is targeted, enemies will instead be brought in that will only attack the ship, dealing 15 damage per round that they are alive. On a Shardmind victory, the gate will take 50 damage per surviving Spelljammer. So, during your basically start of each round, you guys can choose one of two actions to help modify your D20. You can either choose to reduce your ship HP by 25 in exchange for a +3 to your D20 roll, basically symbolizing you going on the offense, or increase your ship HP by 25 in exchange for a -2 to your D20 going on the defense. The far realm then has the exact same actions that they can take. That'll happen at the top of every round. Obviously, you have 2 other ships that have both named NPCs and generic NPCs. If that Spelljammer dies, they're gone.
Okay.
That ship will crash into the portal that leads into the far realm. So maybe they won't die immediately, but they'll be in the far realm.
But they're in the fucking far realm, so.
Yeah. That includes your guys' ship.
Oh. Oh, guys.
So,
Hey, if the campaign ends via crashing in, we might have a spin-off campaign later.
You do have Rattletap, which I will designate as effectively your guys' mechanic. So if you guys ever want to, unless stated otherwise, Rattletap will primarily focus on keeping the ship alive. So he can use an action to basically heal the ship by, I would say, probably 15 on his turn.
God, whoever decided to keep Rattletap was a genius. Who was that?
So his job, unless you tell him to help out in a different way, his job will basically be trying to keep the ship topped up.
I mean, Hammer and Blade can repair the other ship.
They can, hopefully.
And
We'll
Tin
have to
can
see.
Maybe repair a boat. I don't know.
But that is your guys' situation. I will also just kind of give you the... I will remove this because that
God,
is
I've never
information
been more
just
glad
for
to have given those spell scrolls to those fucking casters.
me.
The payoff, man.
But I will now paste this. I'll put this in information so you guys have it. And it won't
Thank
get
you.
drowned in other chat.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I have to, paste this in a very specific way. Because OneNote hates
Every other
pasting
thing else.
from OneNote. Keep text only. Oh my god. I love OneNote for the fact that I can share this between everything. But I also hate OneNote whenever I have to copy things. This is upsetting. Why is OneNote like this? Alright, well, you guys can have that for now. You can still look at it, so there just won't be text. But that is your assault on the gate mechanics. So, going
Open that in the
back-
browser, so it's full size.
going back into the actual game. So, the battle is getting ready to start. You guys set off from your little launch point. The other groups kind of split off to the other ships and get on a little bit later because they got a little bit of transit time to get over there. You see them kind of off in the distance, doing their own actions. Jobeth flying around in the sky, kind of just getting ready to deal with whatever comes out. Looking down into this portal, the feeling that you get is it's depending on how you guys have been, depending on your prior experiences with portals. This doesn't feel like just a portal to the far realm. This just feels like you are at an open door into a place that, looking at it, hurts your head. You will every once in a while see weird flickers of movement in it, and it kind of moves unnaturally. Strange screams or strange growls coming from this portal. And after what is probably only a minute or two
You see a sudden swarm of activity from the other shard mines, like they're detecting something that you guys haven't figured out quite yet. As you see a tidal wave of creatures come pouring out of this portal. Things that, looking at it, your brain cannot make a lick of sense of. Including a couple things that Varaxis has brought up before, seeing things like beholders, or mind flayer like small ships. Things, just a massive swarm of creatures coming through this this portal. A lot of them start going towards all of the ships. Some other obelisks start kind of activating, almost kind of in a similar way to the obelisks that you guys were dealing with back at Maugate. Kind of starting to slowly, anything that gets too high gets sniped and kind of falls down back into the portal. But you guys see just a few for now. You see a few things kind of start to careen out towards you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a D2, and we're going to figure out what the first enemy you come across is. Luckily, because of a certain roll that was happening earlier, it's only one for now.
Yeah, those scared the shit out of me, sir.
The D4 from earlier?
All the rolls earlier is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Unfortunately, poor Varaxis's worst fears have been realized. As you see a creature that just looks like a big head with multiple eyes.
I'm sorry, Maraska. I hate myself.
As you see a beholder comes out of the portal.
Evangeline, just so you know.
Directly at you.
Evangeline, just so you know, that's a beholder. It's being a pure
Okay.
madness. Don't try to talk to it. Just kill it.
At least it wasn't a product of your magic.
I can't make those.
Everybody, please roll initiative.
God, I hope you saw. I threw it on a emboldening bond.
I figured as much.
I get 6 people in it.
Who are those 6 people?
Myself, Maraska, Esteban, Varaxis, Penny, and Raylan.
Okay.
And then I am currently concentrating on Beacon of Hope, and that is going to be for everyone.
So hold on, it's all the players except for Rattletap, correct?
Yeah, for the emboldening bond.
Poor Rattletap.
I can only do 6 people. I'm sorry.
we just know who you like and who you hate. It's fine.
It's not that she hates it.
Ideally,
Good
Rattletap shouldn't see combat. He should be focusing on the boat.
Exactly.
Focus in the boat.
And then
But, yeah.
Beacon of Hope is going to. I could technically give it to the mine friends over there. So if I back
You
up
can
a
give
couple,
it to, it should be everybody within range, which I think should be pretty much everyone.
yeah. So everyone at the moment has Beacon of Hope. That is advantage on your Wisdom saving throws and Death saving throws, and you regain max number of hit points possible from any healing.
Thank you. Do I make a roll for the copy penny, or does he just go after me?
What is the language of your simulacrum? Does it state?
I don't think it does. I will check though. Give me a second. I'll drop it in
Just
chat
take a
real
look.
quick. Scrolly. Simulacrum. I'll just
Acts on your turn in combat.
Okay, on my turn. Cool. Okay, so
Alrighty.
for my ease, I will just have him go directly after me, so my brain isn't trying to juggle both of us.
Cool. I need initiatives, please, from Esteban and Evangeline.
Oh my god, I forgot that I can summon a Celestial. Sorry.
And was it Esteban that had the nifty alert?
I do not quite know exactly who's got alert.
Okay.
Yes, he has alert.
Hey Esteban.
Captain.
Wait,
Did
is
you
that
wanna
okay for
switch?
switching? Please.
Yeah.
I have a concentration I'd like to get out before this dude looks at me.
Okay, so Penny, you are swapping with Esteban.
Yeah.
Okay, so your roll becomes 21. His roll becomes
Sorry for the 13.
13.
I rolled with advantage. I still
That's
got a 13
honestly
on
impressive. Wow.
Okay. As we begin combat, Varaxis, you are first to act.
Oh, thank you so much, CK.
See. What do I have
Huh?
that can do range stuff?
The beholder is
me
almost at the
just
top of their
before.
order.
Oh god, yeah.
And beholders are kind of anti-magic fuck yous. So
Well, they
They
have
are
8 different I
indeed.
beams of I'm going to hurt, paralyze, disintegrate, or
Well,
I
they
don't
also have an anti-magic cone. It works against them as well, but they do have an anti-magic cone.
That's not up yet, right?
I
Not
haven't
yet.
fought the Beholder yet. I know the Spectator that we fought the first
Good.
time. Oh god.
Good. Good.
Excellent.
hey
Maybe.
guys, my mind blanks on you guys don't work in his anti-magic cone.
But his eye rays also don't work in his anti-magic cone.
Oh, true. Whew. Anti-magic is anti-magic to everyone.
Yep. It even specifies the area works against the beholder's own eye rays.
That's fair.
Seeing what range spells I have. Hold on.
Yep.
Ironically enough, there's not a lot. I'll have to measure for this one. Not that measure tool give me. Oh yeah, that'll work.
Hey God,
Forget.
Hello.
can you open the monster list and be ready to give a monster to me?
What monster are you trying to summon?
I require
I'm-
a
gonna use true polymorph.
con save.
Okay. Con save. 22.
Well, he still takes half damage.
You ever look at the costs for some spells and be like, that is so weird?
Is 14 necrotic damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else you're doing?
Read. God, I require a 30-foot cone.
30-foot cone?
So we're gonna do this. I need a dexterity save.
Copy. $19.
I don't know what my spell save DC is. Okay, it's 17. Yeah.
Okay, so it takes half damage.
Right. That's that's 8 cold.
That's unfortunate.
So it takes
Okay.
4.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alrighty. Penny, your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Copy Penny
Okay.
and use True Polymorph.
Okay.
So I'll mark the use of that real quick, just so I've done it on my sheet. Creature and a creature. This will give it more hit points too, or well, temporary hit points. Which is
Mm-hmm.
nice. But before Penny does it, he shouts, and he doesn't know if Jolba is gonna hear him wherever the fuck he is flying over the battlefield. To be like, Jolba, you're gonna see it now, bud.
Look at this.
And a ghost dragon.
Ghost dragon.
Yep. It can be any creature, including undead.
Okay. You transform him into a fucking ghost dragon.
And I get basically their sheet minus I don't have the actual hit points. That's just temp. And mine, I believe the mental stats are still the same, as well as alignment. Retains its hit points, hit point dice, alignment, and personality. Oh no, I take its mental stats too. I just keep alignment and personality, which doesn't matter for a fucking
You
simulacrum.
basically just have its stat sheet.
So yeah.
Yep.
And now that's there where Penny was, or Clone was. And Penny himself, this is the little one on the stairs there. I think we got him confused. Or did I get him confused?
I think you got them confused.
Oh no.
Because yeah, I've got
Yeah. Hold on, I cast it as Penny, but it went on to this one for concentration? Huh?
I don't know.
Either way, it's the bigger
This
one.
is the copy, correct?
No, the big one's the copy. That's how I
Okay, so it's
differentiate them. 'Cause I
actually-
made Penny tiny.
Gotcha. So invisible is not true. This one is.
Yeah. And well, the concentration's wonky, but whatever.
Yep.
I'll put concentration on this Penny. Where is concentration at? There we go. Okay. That's that. Do I have invisibility? No, that's concentration. Can't do that. I need something to bonus
I think it's
action
also a spell.
throw. Oh, no, I can cast spells. The clone can't.
But didn't you, as Penny, cast True Polymorph on Penny
The
Clone?
clone. Yeah.
So you've already personally used a spell slot already.
I have spell driver. I can cast a third or under level spell.
Gotcha.
It's doesn't put in a lot of work, but it would allow me to revivify if needed, or counter spell,
Yeah.
or
Mhm.
dispel magic, shit like that. So, but in this case, I'm gonna use it to Misty Step across the board.
Yep.
Now Misty Step's 30 feet, correct?
Mhm.
So, no. Hold on. I want just this one. Oh, well, the clone can be moved with. Doesn't matter. The dragon's the one that's going to be moving around anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drop down behind the stairs out of sight.
Yep.
And then it's... Oop, that's way too many spell slots used. There we go. And then it switches to the dragon.
Yep.
And I will pull up his sheet. Hold on.
These things have telekinesis, don't they?
Telekinesis?
Dragon.
They have a lot of things.
Yeah,
I
a lot
know.
of things. Why?
Just debating on what may or may not be a very piss poor idea.
Who knows?
Okay, we'll
Sounds
I
like a
just don't
very
want it to
Moroska
throw the
idea.
baseball back at me.
Who knows?
Okay, God, I don't know how to do the terrifying breath. It recharges on a 6. I understand that. If I use it, I roll at like what? Start a next turn or something.
Yeah, at the start of your next turn, you roll a 1d6, and if it's a 5 or a 6, or it might be just a 6 in this case,
It's
don't know.
just a 6 for this one.
Just a 6. So yeah, if you don't get a 6, you do not get it back.
Okay. And does it take the full action to do it? Because I have multi-attack or it makes one...
No,
it does.
recharging is free.
Okay. And it'll get closer and then use the breath. The terrifying breath.
Okay.
Which is a con save. DC 21.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's Beholder, so everything's going to be high.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's con is one of the lower ones, but I don't know.
It got a 21 on the die. On the dot, I mean.
Okay. Yep, on failed save, creature takes 9d8. Unsuccessful takes half as much. Cold damage, so 9d8 and it takes half that.
And it is now immune to that fear for 24 hours.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
16?
Yes.
16 cold, and then it will make, I guess, just 2 claw attacks. So, d20 plus 11.
Actually, your terrifying breath is your action.
Oh, okay. That
so
was what I asked
typically
before,
for dragons, sometimes
yes.
it says like in your multi-attack feature, it'll say like it could use a breath weapon and these.
Okay.
Otherwise, terrifying breath is just an action.
Then yeah, then he just after the breath, he gets in closer to grapple range.
Okay.
I guess kind of like more behind it a little bit, so I'm not making everything in a direct line.
So here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it doesn't get bonus actions or anything, is that? So that's all I got.
Alrighty. As the Beholder's turn, he is going to activate his anti-magic cone and aim it straight at your dragon. Turning him back into... Oh, he's a simulacrum.
Your simulacrum no longer exists.
Oh, it is made of magic.
Let me search that up real quick.
Ooh.
A lot of weird shit going on here. I ain't play this high level, people. I don't know what's going on.
While the anti-magic cone is aimed at your simulacrum, he ceases to exist.
What happens after it's gone?
If the anti-magic cone comes back, he comes back into existence.
Does the concentration thing like you did for the other thing?
What do you mean?
Well,
oh yeah, like the true polymorph?
Yeah.
It's not. He's not. Yeah, anything that's inside an anti-magic field, nothing gets like
It's not
interrupted.
dispel magic,
It just gets turned off temporarily.
Okay.
So he's just gone until the Beholder decides to turn that anti-magic cone to literally any other direction. But he just got bullied by this dragon, and so far in his head, that's a problem right now.
To be fair, that's a big fucking thing that just popped up breathed ice at you and was getting in your face. So yeah,
Yeah,
understandable.
he's just like, you know what? I don't like this thing. I'm just gonna make it go away. But that was a free action of it just activating that anti-magic cone. So now is going to use, you guessed it, eye raise. So the way that this works is I'm going to choose 1 to 3 targets. Who am I gonna pick? I'll do 1 at Maraska, 1 at Evangeline, and 1 at Varaxis.
This
So I
feels
use
dragon
my-
targeted.
I get to use my reaction?
Depends. If it doesn't do any damage to you, no.
That is correct.
But we will find that out. So, first up is Maraska. I roll a d10. It is a
What is-
1.
What save is it?
Well, I'm getting ready to tell you. Depending on the ray it is, it determines what that save is. You have mind blank, don't you?
Currently, yeah. If he put it
Nothing
on
happens.
before.
Yep. I got you, I got Vraxis, and I got Esteban.
Let me. So
And
He's now
anything.
growling because he had the equivalent of a laser pointer pointed in his eyes.
I'm gonna need more trackers for you guys. So it was Esteban, Maraska, and who?
Esteban, Maraska, Vraxis, and the original Penny that's hiding in a corner.
Okay. All right. So what we will do is hovering
Burn
means
through all my
you have
resources.
mind blank. Okay. So nothing happens to you, Maraska. Next up, we're gonna go for Evangeline. Gonna roll another d10. That is a 9. Evangeline, please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh man, why? Okay.
Remember, you have. I think it's like
I
a plus
know.
2.
I
Meets it, beats it.
Oh, thank God. I was like, I had one more thing.
Penny, if you're peeking out of a corner and this looks eerily familiar, you see a green ray slams straight at Evangeline, and then Evangeline kind of just ducks out of the way. It hits into the
Ugh.
stone, and you see part of that stone just turns into dust.
Oh
He's
no.
like, oh, how the fuck dare?
Next up is Varaxis. That is a 6. Varaxis, please make me a strength save. That is a pass. You feel your stuff start to get lifted up, but you're able to hold on.
I'll tell you guys now that every instinct that I've had for playing as Dirt this entire time, I've been wanting to be like, swap, swap, swap.
But that is its turn. In fact, what it is going to do. Let's see. Let me get the actual anti-magic cone. I want to see what he can do. Because he has to. He's not going to be able to really move right now, but he might be moving soon. Maraska, that is your turn.
Well, naturally, I would like to rage.
Okay, I'm surprised.
And then, as yeah, I'm gonna. Well, I'll I will hold on to that because that is going to be. But what can I even do? Are we moving currently? Is the ship moving?
You are not. Not currently.
Okay. Is the beholder level with the ship?
It is level with the ship, yes.
Okay, well then, for the sake of being able to fight, we're gonna pop that.
Okay.
And we're just gonna. I know I've got. So we're gonna do that. And we are very angry, so we're just gonna take. We're gonna start taking swings.
Okay.
And this first one, we will reckless.
Does a hit.
Oh. 12 plus. Oh god, where is it? It's going to be. $12 plus 12 radiant.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Did it already?
Hmm.
Oh, and it takes another 1d10 because the attack hit because of Brutal Strike. I'm not using that particular. I'm not using Forceful or either, but. Oh, I see. It rolls. Okay, so I pick it and it applies. Okay. And we're going to do staggering blow. Why did it just roll a flat 2?
I don't know.
Make that fucker so he can't move.
Okay, well,
If you
it takes
reposition
1
the
extra
prop.
damage, and it's got disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes, and can't make opportunity attacks till the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And second attack. It's 21 hit.
Yep.
Ooh.
Nice.
So 21. Divine Fury only hit works for the first strike. Oh, I apologize. I fucked up with Brutal Strike.
Oh.
I have to forego the advantage. So take away that. Take away that.
That one.
Brutal Strike, yeah. No 1 damage.
And he does not have the disadvantage. Okay.
No, he does not. I just went full bore damage.
It's all good. Okay.
That
Is that everything?
was action 2 attacks. Yes, for now.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he is going to use a legendary action and irate you.
Well, no, I already ended my turn. Dang. Okay, never mind.
Could be another D10. That is an 8. Please give me a dex save.
Fucking hate that. And that's a bonus
Ow.
action, so I can't use that.
Okay.
But, however,
Hmm. Okay.
what's my rage damage bonus?
I have no idea.
But
Yeah, you really want to pass this.
hang on, I gotta get the fucking barbarian page up. So we're 17, so it's
What's going on there, Penny?
That's removing spells that I'm not going to use in combat.
does a 23 pass?
A 23 would pass. Let me
Thank
explain what started to happen to you.
God.
You started to feel your entire body started to turn to stone.
Ooh.
And you're floating above the void right now.
Yep.
So I'm looking at 2 sheets right now.
You were approaching character sheet territory.
Yep.
Okie dokie. That was his legendary action. Evangeline, it's your turn.
Hot tamales. There is
There we
stuff
go.
going on, huh?
There is stuff going on, indeed.
I got rid of a good amount of concentration ones. Let me go to other Penny.
Neato. Here's what we're gonna do.
I'm only managing 2 casters, and I feel so much respect for every GM ever.
Well, technically speaking, you're only managing one caster because you can't change your clone spells.
True.
Where's my guiding bolt?
Well, I wasn't changing my. I was turning off some of mine just
There
to
it is.
have the list of prepared spells be smaller.
Let's do it at a 4th level, hopefully. All right, we're gonna hit him with a guiding bolt.
Yep.
Ah, man.
Does not hit.
Dang it. Okay.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, dang it. I have such a high added on there. It's just a really unfortunate sad roll.
They didn't use Misty Step.
It always catches me off guard. Let me see. Measuring something. Okay. You know, I like the idea of a corner, but I like this kind of corner.
Pressed up
Yes.
against ice.
There we go.
Yeah. Right there. That's a good corner. That's my action. That was my movement. I don't have a bonus action worth using right now. That's the end of my turn.
Yep. We're gonna we're gonna use a legendary action once again, and we're gonna go for Evangeline. Just cause.
Okay.
We're gonna roll a d10. Please give me a wisdom save.
Easy. If the gods don't hate me.
Ooh, I saw a bounce on that one. Woo! You feel yourself start to get very drowsy. But you stay awake. Congratulations.
Yippee. Thank you.
All right. All right, Raylan, it is your turn. Raylan is going to do some stuff. He's going to take out his bow, and he's going to go pew pew. Aimed at this bitch.
Let's go.
He's going to fire off. He's not going to use the ability of that bow.
Esteban, I need you to hit a crit.
First attack, that is fucking tragic. Just like Evangeline. It's the exact same roll. And it's just enough to miss.
Like
He's
pseudo
gonna
child,
attack-
like pseudo father?
Yeah, basically. He's going to take a second shot. That is a hit. He is also, I'll just backtrack real quick. He is going to bonus action Hunter's Mark this bitch. So that is plus an additional 1d10 of piercing damage. Does 18 damage to this beholder. Shoots him right in the eye. And that was his action, his bonus action. Beholder's
out
not
the
looking
one-
great.
Making the cone. Take out the one making the cone.
Once again, he is going to use his last legendary action. He doesn't like the guy that shot him in the face. He's going to be smarter next round instead of just retaliating. He's going to aim at Raylan. D10. It is a 9. Raylan, luckily, he is a ranger. I say that. God help him. We'll see. He needs to make a dex save. So he shall make his dex save. Once I get back to his sheet. There's his dex. There it is. Boop. Boop. It's gotta be to 16. He got a dirty 20. Once again, just like Evangeline, dodges out of the way. A section of the ship just turns into dust.
Damn. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Esteban, that is your turn.
It's me.
Is you?
Oh boy. This saw sucks. Not really anywhere safe to be. That's the problem. I request a hiding hole.
Well, just duck behind the railing.
Yes. At first, before I duck behind this railing, I am going to try. Esteban has never seen anything like this in his life. Why? Hmm. Damn. What can we do? That is the question. Well, when in doubt, when you have no idea what the fuck you're looking at, there's always the good old fashioned yeet my sword at it and see if that does anything. First things
Nothing like
being
returning
far
weapons.
away. Yeah, right. I'm gonna go ahead and invoke it for advantage. But yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that is, alas,
I rolled a
Not
1 and
good.
a 5. What the hell?
that's fucking brutal. Kind of just soars off. Does it
Well,
return to your
that's-
hand at the end of your
Right.
turn, or
That's a good question. I don't remember if it was a free action or not.
as it fades into the ether? You know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
right.
And it's gone.
Hey God, I need a new artifact weapon, please. I know it returns eventually, but it's just like
I've never seen anything say anything on summoning it. Summoning it. It's an action.
to call it back.
Yeah, apparently.
Damn. Okay. I guess there aren't very many instances where you need to throw your weapon, so I suppose it's
I
not
mean,
terrible.
yeah, I mean,
but-
I've only ever thrown it like I think twice in this entire
This time.
campaign because I don't normally throw it. Oh no, maybe once because I threw it at the doppelganger, but that's it. I've never thrown it any other time. I didn't need to go recall it after that either. I just went to go pick it up.
God. It just soars off. For the rest of the party who may not necessarily know how his magic works, you just watch.
It just looks like I just threw my sword away. Yeah, because of how badly I threw it.
Yeah, Maraska does like kind of glance it in the corner of his eye and is like,
See, the
"What the
beholder just
fuck,
watches
man?"
it soar off, and you see it just goes.
Like, what you doing?
Yeah, like
bud?
a few eyes are tracking it. The rest are just still on us. Like,
The
yeah, there
only
you
thing
go.
that Esteban does as he crouches down to hide is just damn. that's all.
Damn it!
God damn it.
Well, that happened.
That was something.
But I am going to
Oh,
bonus
no.
action hide here. Good sir.
I swear this never happens. Yeah, got you.
31.
Sick. Yeah, that works. Okay. That is
Hiding right
Battle
next to
taps
Demo,
turn.
who's just standing there.
staring there. He's just standing there.
Menacingly.
What is Rattletap gonna do? The ship has not taken any damage.
Blind
Not
the
yet.
Things, right?
What's up?
He can shoot things, right?
He can indeed, but I'm just gonna see if he's got a spell that he can use instead. Before he starts going pew pew. He can definitely go pew pew. And I gave him a lot of utility spells, which makes sense. That's most of Rattletap's life. Yeah, he is going to level not the rifle that he has been working on for you, but a different weapon. He is going to take a little shot off. That is a hit. It was a whopping 14 damage. But he is an artificer. So let me look at the language for repeating shot real quick. It's not stated about letting it make an extra attack, so.
But yeah, no extra attack. You just don't have to waste a turn reloading.
Yep, or using up any ammunition.
Yeah. Another very important one.
Yep, alrighty, and you know what? He's going to take a page out of the other caster's books. And he's gonna just
make this a little more difficult for the thing with
Get-
fucking anti-magic cone?
Yeah, get behind cover. Alrighty. So, what we're gonna do is that's Rattletap's turn. We are going to run the top of the round engagement, and then we're gonna put a pin in it until the next session, as we hit
Hopefully.
almost midnight. I know people need to leave a little earlier on Sundays, so.
So just gotta go to work
Yeah.
at 6 in the morning.
So, top of the round. The assault
I
on
didn't
the
even
gate
realize it was so
continues.
I was having fun
Yeah.
with this.
The assault on the gate continues. I
Like
need.
true polymorphs, anti-magic fields, all this crazy shit.
Are you guys going to choose to do anything specific for your D20 roll? Are you going to take a hit to your HP and get a +3? Or at the moment there's nothing to heal right now.
We do wanna take
So
the
you
hit.
don't have to take an action. You could just keep it just a flat D20.
I feel like it'd be better if we. Might be better if we did something to try and help to get some damage in.
You want to take the
I'm
take a hit to
asking
your
everybody here.
HP?
I mean, we probably have what's likely the best person to help repair our ship, so
Very true.
better we take the hit than others, so to speak.
Okay. So right now, you will take 25 damage to your ship, which puts you at 345 HP. As kind of you see, like the sheen of almost what looks to be like a shield, kind of gets a little thinner. I need somebody to please, one person, roll a d20 +3.
22.
Hell yeah, that's so 22.
Okay, yeah.
Alrighty, so the Far Realm, they are going to. I didn't declare it initially, so they wouldn't, unless they get a crit, which not even then. So this would be, in this case, a victory for you guys. As you basically kind of see, one, this is the first time you've actually seen these crystals actually engage. You see the giant red crystals on the back of all 5 ships blast out this massive beam into the portal. And the gate, or the portal in this instance, will take 250 damage.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
That's with all the ships alive.
Ah, got it.
So now the gate is at 800 HP as opposed to 1050. Alrighty. So, because of that, the Far Realm will not hit any of the Spelljammers. So we'll be good to go there. So that is the top of the round there. We will be starting with Varaxis starting next session. But that is the state of the field right now. You have only just begun this assault.
I was about to say, I'm real worried, guys, because he described that as a wave of enemies, and we're seeing one right now.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's. as
Well,
long as
yeah,
we kill
if you look at the
beholder,
other
we're manageable.
Spelljammers, they are fighting their own swarms of enemies currently.
I just mean, I wouldn't put it against you to throw a second one randomly at us mid-fight.
What? What are you talking about? Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
It's
I mean,
fine.
it's not always going to be a beholder.
That is correct. That is correct. Whether or
Could
not
be
a
a mind
beholder is the
flayer.
worst thing that I can throw at you. But yeah, we will pick back up next session.
Okie dokie. Also, I got my fucking penny and the copy sorted out finally. Because I used a spell from the copies that wasn't supposed to. I was like, no. The copy used an 8th level. I used a 9th and a 2nd. Yeah. Okie dokie.
We're off to a pretty good
Sounds
start, I'd
good.
say.
This beholder's looking pretty fucked up.
I
I
did,
just meant
like,
with the fact that we
16
did
damage.
damage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you will be dealing with even more friends along the way.
Bum, bum, bum. My fucking tabs look so messy as I've got left the language of true polymorph and the ghost dragon sheet and the foundry and the
It's
image.
such an unfortunate shame to just immediately be like, yeah, I did all.
Yeah. It was meant to be a distraction. I suppose it's still technically serving its purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be back once the anti-magic field moves.
The
Yeah.
issue is if he just rotates around, he can catch us and it in it. That's why I didn't want it to be able to.
What? No, that's not. He's not gonna do that. No.
Not at all.
No.
We
Not at
see the
all.
downside to that is he's also in it himself. It
Well,
affects him too.
If that, yeah, he can't aim his eye rays at anything within that cone. No. But
So
right
technically, if you're
now-
in the anti-magic field, you're pretty safe from the I-beams.
Yeah, but if you're somebody like Maraska and you fly into that anti-magic cone, you're just gonna start plummeting.
Yeah, Maraska is the exact example of why I didn't get on Phaedra and fly out there.
Yeah, 'cause
Actually,
it's 150-foot cone, 120, I believe. So
is it technically magic?
yes, I would argue it's magic.
The wings are classified as magic, yes.
It's not the wings, it's Rage of the Gods that's doing it. It's a class feature.
It works against pretty much anything that's considered magic. It turns off Emboldening Bond. It turns off all that.
It turns off my Divine Smite.
It turns off Phaedra, which is technically a artifact ability. That's how I've been ruling it for anti-magic fields.
It hurts.
So you play dangerous game being right there in front of Beholder that is going to be turning his gaze towards you.
I have fully anticipated my actions, don't you worry.
Do you have your other character sheet ready then?
Did you bring some floaties?
Oh, I've got backup moves.
So he doesn't have the other character sheet ready.
No, you think I'm that prepared?
Did you bring pool floaties?
That's entirely fair.
Digit comes back as a Warforged. Robo
I mean, all else fails, just give you control over the copy. We can get him back into the fight and you can play as a dragon for a little bit.
Luckily, with that petrification, you have to fail 2 saves in a row. You were about to be on 1, failed.
Less the petrification, more like anti-magic plus no fly ability equal bloop.
To be fair, I would argue that he probably wouldn't fall straight into the far realm, even though his flight would be turned off. Eventually, he would fall out of the cone, unless the beholder aims at him and aims down.
Oh, okay. So don't piss it off so much it wants you in particular dead.
He's not good at
Yes.
that.
I say to the barbarian in his face, hacking at its
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, it is the thing about beholders, they are intelligent. So
Extremely mad, but intelligent.
yeah, am very paranoid. Very paranoid.
Hey, if you tell it something's coming up behind it, it might believe you.
It has eyes.
Yeah,
Many
it moves one eye
eyes.
stalk to look back. Behind you. Nah. Alright, shit there.
Looks back with one eye. Ha. Ha.
Okay. Haha. Very funny. Yeah. Don't worry. You guys will have plenty of fun with all the friends I've got set up for you guys.
How dare this beholder take away my dragon? Jolbet probably didn't
He
even
did.
get to see it.
You take away your
I mean,
dragon.
there was a
Lickety
blast
split.
of dragon breath.
And I can
See,
only
and the
imagine
thing
the
is that-
C-130 we've created.
My only goal with the anti-magic cone was initially just to get rid of your ghost dragon, and then I realized, oh fuck, your simulacrum is actually also magic.
They are both just poof for the moment.
They just got fucking essentially banished. So the good news is that if he does move, you will see them blink back into existence as a dragon until he until he moves and aims it in a different direction.
I mean, at least we created an AC 130.
You do have an AC 130.
Joel
currently flying
made
above.
some waterborne.
I can't remember. Does the ghost dragon have spellcasting ability or no?
True polymorph does not give you access to spellcasting lists for whatever you turn
Unless
into.
the creature has it. But that's what I was wondering.
Negative.
Does the creature?
I
know
believe
some
the
obviously
way that
do
it's
it.
I believe the way that it's always been ruled is that if it has access to spellcasting, like it says that like it has a spell list, you can't access the spell list.
Oh. So even if it has access to spellcasting, it can't cast spells?
It's one of the other reasons why something like shape change, for instance. There's a lot of
Well,
forms that there's no
shape
point in shape change.
significantly different than true polymorph.
Not by much. Not by much. Shape change is effectively a self-true polymorph, with a couple of exceptions. Couple of different restrictions, but otherwise, no. I believe the way that it typically is run. I'd have to do research, but I believe you don't normally get access to their spell list unless the creature says there's specific language in the stat blocks that like give you access to those types of spells. Because there are certain creatures where it's like you have access to these spells at these spell slot levels. You can use a spell slot to cast this. If it says like, you can use a spell slot to cast this, then you can't use it. But if it's like innate or like at will or something like that, I think it becomes available to use. It's really fucky.
Yeah, that
Dragons
sounds like
typically,
Blizzard,
and at least
honestly.
in the legacy versions, dragons typically don't have magic anyways. They're not normally spellcasters. With Fizzbands, when that came out, I believe it gave certain dragons the ability to cast spells.
Yeah. Oops,
But-
I was not meaning to look at this by name. Wonder if I might dragon.
I
Yeah.
am gonna head out and go bed.
Yep. Oh, bye,
night,
bye,
everybody.
night.
See you
Bye, goodbye, goodbye, good night, good night,
Time for
goodbye.
one
Love you guys, bye.
Goodbye.
It'll be my birthday then,
Goodbye, good night,
which
happy
means we
Bye.